everyone. First off, these are just my personal thrifting tips. If you're like new to thrifting or if you just want to, learn more about thrifting, you don't have to follow every single one of these. Also, a lot of these tips you've probably heard before if you've watched other thrifting tips videos, so I apologize if it's the same thing. But these are just my personal tips, so some of them may be the same tips that other people say, so yeah, I just don't want you guys to think that I'm like trying to copy everyone or whatever. These are just my personal tips that I go by, and they're very helpful. Also, I did not film any sort of footage inside a thrift store, so yeah, I'm just going to be talking about all the tips that I use when I go thrifting. So these are Adriana's thrifting tips. Number 1, thrifting takes a whole lot of time, so when you're going thrift shopping, make sure you go on a day that you have a lot of time. I spend like average an hour and a half to 2 or 3 hours in a thrift store, in one single thrift store, and if you're planning on going to multiple thrift stores, it's gonna take a really long time, so just make sure you go on a day that you have like a long period of free time. So number 2, make sure you go earlier in the day. Like I'll usually arrive at my first store by like 11 or 12 o'clock. It really helps because first off, people start to come in and go shopping like more like in the afternoon, so you don't really have to deal as many people when it's earlier in the day. And second of all, since not as many people are shopping earlier, you're more likely to find stuff since stuff isn't picked over yet. Yeah, just try to aim for times and days that no one else is really shopping. Like for example, like Monday early afternoon, like nobody's gonna be thrift shopping, everybody has work. Or pretty much any time earlier during the weekdays. Not as many people shop during the weekdays as they do on the weekends because everybody has work. So if you can, try to shop on days that not as many people would shop, so then you're just at least a little bit more likely to find stuff since not as many people are shopping. Does that make sense? I hope it does. Yeah. But of course you can shop on the weekends. I obviously will shop on the weekends as well, but just be aware that there's more people. That's just how it is everywhere. People spend time out on the weekends. So number 3, everybody says this, and I can agree to this as well, and that is look through every single section in the store. Like look everywhere in the whole store. Don't just look in women's, look in men's, look in boys, look in girls, look in housewares, look in books, just look everywhere. Look in shoes, purses. You will find a lot of good stuff. You don't have to just look for clothing. I find a whole bunch of different stuff like every single section, and you will find a lot of hidden gems in places that you won't expect. This colorful shirt that I got a long time ago, this was from the men's, and it's one of my favorite thrifted pieces of all time. And also this skirt that I found in the girls section that I wear so much. And this also will count for like, if you're looking at shoes, don't just look in women's shoes if you're a woman. Look in men's shoes or look in boys. Like sometimes the sizes can kind of intertwine at a certain point. Like for example, if you're like a women's size like 9, you could probably fit in like a men's 8 or 7. I don't know exactly how it goes. So next, this is like my number 1 thrifting tip, and this is what helped me really start finding a lot of good items, and this is what really changed the way I thrift, and that is be inspired when you go thrifting. When you at least have ideas in your head, you'll like build like an eye for those type of things. Like for me, I'm like always constantly looking at like pictures on Instagram of like different outfits, or like I go on Pinterest a lot too, just for like looking at different styles, looking at different outfits, just like different fashion bloggers and see how they style things. You kind of like build an eye for like styling, because like when you go into the store and you'll come across a shirt and you'll be like, oh my gosh, that looks just like the shirt that this person wore in this outfit that I really like. Just like Google or Pinterest or go to Instagram and just look up 60s, 70s, 80s, whatever it fits your style. Just like look at a bunch of pictures of that, and you will start to be inspired, and you'll start to kind of like visualize different like clothing and outfits that would go with like your style. So next tip, this is not necessary, but I find that it's helped just made thrifting a lot more fun, is to go with friends when you get a chance. You don't always have to. I don't always go with friends every time. Most of the time I actually go thrifting by myself, but when I go with friends, it's just a lot more fun, and they'll pick out stuff for you, so that's also a plus. And yeah, they just make it thrifting more enjoyable and not as draining. Make sure you go and check out all the different types of thrift stores in your area. Don't just go to like the main ones like Goodwill, Savers, Salvation Army. Definitely check out any local smaller thrift stores. Try out the low-key thrift stores. So another tip, not everybody does this, but try all of your clothes on. Make sure that you try everything on, because not everything is gonna fit you the way you think it is. Things that you don't think are gonna fit you, but they actually will, and then there will be things that you think are gonna fit you, but they actually don't. So just make sure you try everything on. It's helped me. Sometimes I can get away with not trying stuff on, but you don't want to risk it because you don't want to waste your money. So another tip that I use is wear something comfortable and versatile when you go thrifting. You're going to be trying on a lot of different stuff, so you're going to want to make sure the stuff's easy to get on and get off when you're in the fitting room. But also, it's good to wear something that's versatile, so then when you're picking out clothes and you want to try on, you can kind of style them with what you're already wearing, and you can kind of see how the clothes are being styled in your wardrobe type of thing. So it's just easier to kind of visualize like how to style the stuff that you're picking out. So my go-to outfit when I go thrifting is usually along the lines of a t-shirt or blouse or something, and then some mom jeans. A lot of different tops can be paired with mom jeans, and a lot of bottoms can be paired with like a blouse or a t-shirt. So yeah. When you start getting into shopping at thrift stores often, make sure you are aware of like the sales that are going on in your thrift stores, and if you can, sign up for like their email list or sign up for whatever newsletter they have, because you want to shop on their sales and get the best for your money. So Goodwill has a sale every Thursday. Their color, whatever color of the week they have, that color is $1 on Thursdays, so that's a good day to shop at Goodwill if you get a chance. And also Salvation Army has an email list, and they will email you whenever they have 50% off. When stuff is half off, it's like so much better. Savers has a Savers Club membership, and you can sign up with email with them too, and they'll send you emails when they have sales. Also, places will give you discounts when you donate. Like Savers will give you discounts when you donate to them. So yeah, make sure you just take advantage of any sort of sales or discounts that your stores will have, because it makes it a lot better. So my next tip, and this is going to help you guys a lot when picking out jeans, especially mom jeans, and that is know your measurements. When you get a chance, take a tape measure and measure your waist, and that will help you find like mom jeans that will fit you perfectly without having to like go through the whole rack and looking and eyeballing it, because a lot of vintage jeans have the exact inches, like the exact measurements written on there, either on the front tag or the back, or you just kind of have to look for the tag and see. You can use that measurements when you're looking at boys jeans as well, not just like women's jeans, because I know if you know your size in women's, that can help, but if you know your waist measurement, that can help you on all different like boys and girls and men's sizes, because as long as you know your waist measurement, this can help you kind of pick out jeans in your size. So this is very important, and that is check all of your items for any sort of damage, stains, rips, missing buttons, or make sure the stuff zips up properly and zips down. And also, if you're buying any CDs, records, DVDs, make sure they are inside and intact and not scratched or make sure it's the right CD or record, because if you guys remember my other thrift haul, when I got that record and I didn't check it and it ended up being a different record inside of it. So you don't want to be disappointed when you get home. So just make sure you check all your items before you buy them, because it'll be really sad if you come home and find out that something's messed up. So another tip for you guys is just note that vintage sizes are different from like modern day sizes. So back then I think they were marked bigger than the way sizes are now. Like for example, in bottoms I'm like a vintage size 6, but in like modern sizing I'm like a size 3 or 4. So just keep that in mind. You want to look through all the sizes no matter what. Don't pay too much attention to whatever sizing it says on the rack or on the tag, because sizing was different back then than it is now, so it's not really going to be completely accurate. So just make sure you guys go and check out all the sizing, and the same goes for tops too. Okay, so this tip, and not a lot of people like really utilize, but this is a really good tip, and that's go for the new racks, or always check out the new racks that employees are like bringing out, because that stuff is brand new stuff that nobody has looked at yet. Especially if you're in Savers, we have a whole group of employees that just put out new stuff, and they put them out in racks. They just roll out racks and just put new stuff. So always check those racks, because those are all brand new stuff. No one's picked it over yet. So yeah, if you guys ever find employees putting out racks, check those racks out. Don't be afraid. It's literally their job to sell stuff, so don't feel like you're intruding or anything like that. So yeah, check out the racks. Those are where the goodies are. When you guys are picking out clothes, trying on clothes, kind of be open to modifying your clothes or DIYing, or just kind of styling your clothes differently. If you find a shirt but it's too baggy but you really like it, you can make it work. Just roll up the sleeves or tie it up, or however you want to style it, and you can still make it work. If something's too long, you can always just cut it. If you find shorts that are too long, you can roll them up, or you can cut them, whatever you want to do. If a dress is too long, cut it. There's so many different things you can do to modify your clothes. You don't have to just say no to it. Just be open to styling things. There's so many different videos on YouTube telling you how to DIY your clothes, upcycle clothes, modify them. There's so many videos. So again, be inspired and check out all the different things you can do to clothes, and keep that in mind when you're looking for stuff at the thrift store. Before you head in to whatever store you're going in, make sure you kind of have a budget in mind. If you are someone like me who has crazy hoarding tendencies, you want to limit yourself. You don't want to go too crazy, because I definitely go crazy so much. I still like need to cut back even more than what I limit myself to, but I just find that making a budget just makes it easier to pick out really good items that you're gonna cherish, rather than just buying a whole bunch of stuff just because it's cheap. So I will usually limit myself average $10 to $20 when I go into the thrift store. That's just my sort of budget. You can do whatever you want, however you feel that is appropriate for you. Another thing I do is, if I pick out an item, I ask myself, am I going to wear this at all? If the answer is no, then don't even bother. If the answer is yes, then I ask myself, am I going to wear this more than once? And if the answer is no, then again, I'm not going to worry about it. And if the answer is yes, then I'll go ahead and put it in my basket and try it on and see if it works. So yeah, I kind of ask myself that just to help me narrow down the pieces to items that I'm really gonna want. Just don't want to waste your money, and don't waste clothes, and don't go crazy. I am somebody who goes crazy over things because I love collecting things, so I have to tell myself those things, so then I don't have to worry about buying something and not wearing it ever again. So if you're somebody who's just starting out thrifting, just don't be discouraged. It's gonna take multiple trips to the thrift store until you start to get the hang of things and you'll start to find things. And okay, finally, this is my last tip for you guys, and that is don't be afraid. Don't be afraid to style things out of your comfort zone. This was also something that helped me start to develop my style. If you just find something and you just really like it and you feel good in it, just get it. Don't be afraid of what anyone's gonna think. Don't be afraid that you're not gonna be able to pull it off. You can pull off whatever you want, okay guys? I have so many different like types of clothes, and I just style. I'm like into so many different styles. I am not afraid to just go for something different every time. Don't let yourself stop you from wearing what you want and wearing what makes you feel good. If it makes you feel good, then go for it. Don't think that you're not gonna pull it off. If you really like it and you enjoy it, you're gonna look great, I promise. And you're gonna pull it off. If something fits you really well, if you see some groovy bell-bottom jeans, you wear them and you feel like a freaking 70s queen in it, get those bell-bottom jeans. Like, I see a lot of girls like wearing so many different types of styles, so don't be afraid of wearing something that's kind of out there. The thrift store is a one place to build your style because it has so many unique pieces. So when you find something that you really like, you will just embrace it and you'll just totally rock it because it's totally like unique to you and you get to wear it and you're the only person who can rock it. So I don't know, I just think it's really cool. So yeah, thank you guys for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it. I'm sorry if it's really long, but I really wanted to just tell you guys all of my tips that I use when I go thrifting, and I hope it helped you. Yeah, let me know if you like this video and subscribe for more thrifted stuff, and I love all of you so much. Thank you for watching me, and I'll see you guys in my next video. And of course, be positive and happy and always be creative. Alright, see you guys later. Bye.